Value is one of the elements of art that we are talking about during this unit. Value is the range of light to dark within a color, and it can be created in 3 ways: tinting, shading, and toning. A tint is created when you add white to a color to make it lighter. A shade is created when you add black to a color to make it darker. And a tone is created when you add a little bit of both, which equals gray. We are going to be creating our values in our ice cream cone today by changing the amount of pressure we apply to our colored pencils or our crayons. That means essentially that we're tinting. We're not mixing in a white colored pencil or crayon, but we're using the white color on the paper to tint our color different values. We're going to start with a black marker or a pencil to draw out our ice cream cone. A circle for a cherry at the top, a nice little blob of whipped cream, and then I'm going to start my scoops, which each have a curved line on the side and a wavy line on the bottom. Curved line on each side and a wavy or fluffy line on the bottom. Curve and a curve, fluffy, 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 fluffy. At the very bottom, I'm going to squeeze in a tiny little cone. I didn't leave myself enough room, but that's okay. Next, we are going to focus on one color for our value scale that's going to go from white of the whipped cream to light, medium, and dark. I'm going to start with my lightest value, coloring as lightly as a tiny little mouse, barely using any of my artist muscles as I'm filling in. Just lightly dragging that pencil or crayon tip across the paper so that it is barely leaving any color behind. We're creating a very light tint because the white of the paper is really showing through. Now I'm still coloring evenly. I'm not seeing holes of white shining through. I'm just not pressing down so hard that the color of my pencil or the color of my crayon is getting deposited on the paper. As I move to my medium value, I'm going to press a little bit harder, but still evenly, so that whole scoop of ice cream is a nice medium tint. Finally, down here at the bottom, I've done my white whipped cream, my light ice cream, my medium ice cream in the middle, and finally I'm going to go down here to the darkest value of blue in my picture. I'm going to press as hard as I can while still being aware that I don't want to just smash my pencil tip into smithereens. I want to press pretty hard so that that color is getting deposited heavily on the paper, but not too scribbly or scrabbly that I'm seeing a ton of directional scratchy lines poking out in different directions. Again, I still want to be coloring in evenly. I'm going to put my pencil away and grab my Sharpie marker, which is black. Black is my darkest value, so I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. Now, we didn't create any shades today, meaning we did not mix black with our value, but that would be something for another day. So my value scale now goes from my white whipped cream to my light ice cream, to my medium ice cream, to my dark ice cream, to my black cone. I'm going to use a red to color my cherry, leaving a little bit of white to make it look like it's a shiny red circle. And then I'm going to decorate my ice cream however I want. I love rainbow sprinkles, so my top layer is going to have rainbow sprinkles all over it. My next layer, I might add some chocolate chips. Just simple shapes for the decorations or the toppings in your ice cream is going to make it a little bit easier. While I do love gummy bears on my ice cream, that might be a little tricky to draw since we've already colored in and shaded in most of our scoops of ice cream at this point.